Hello everyone, my name is Shreya and I am a legal intern at Lexis & Company. I am pursuing DLLB honors from Law College Dehradun Uttaranchal University, currently in 7th semester. I am glad to be interning with Lexis & Company, who has given me this opportunity of presenting to you guys with this video. So the topic for today and the purpose of this video will be to explain 5 legal maxims. So this is my 4th video regarding the legal maxims. You can find the previous 3 videos on this same channel. So hence we'll begin with the video. So the first maxim for today is salus populi est suprema lex. That is, the meaning of this maxim is that the welfare of the people is the paramount of law. It is only the welfare of the people which the law prefers and for which the law is made. It is inflected in the democratic countries that with regard to the public welfare, that law which is made in such conditions which gives high regard to public welfare, that law is the highest law regarded in democratic countries. So this maxim is based on the principle of common social understanding that every member of the society surrenders his own individual welfare before the welfare of the community. So this was it. So the next maxim is volunti non fit injuria. That is, harm suffered voluntarily does not constitute legal injury and is not actionable. That is, if you do something against yourself or intentionally do something which causes harm to yourself, then you cannot take an action for such a harm caused to you. That is, a man cannot complain of harm to the chances of which he has exposed himself with his knowledge and his own free will. For example, when a person deliberately rides a bike without helmet, which is necessary to be used while driving, and if he intentionally violates the traffic rules, then he will be solely liable under the traffic rules and not any other person. That is, you have voluntarily done something which you should not do and because of which any harm is caused to you, and then you claim any insurance or something for you. So the blame will be upon you that you have exposed yourself to this harm and now you'll not be entitled for any claim. So this was volunti non fit injuria, a very popular maxim used. So next is cursus curae est lex curae. That is, the practice of the court is the law of the court. That is, the procedure followed by any court in the law of court itself abides by the law. That is, the procedure which is being followed in the court is itself followed by the law. That is, specific rules and regulations are being laid down in the law. That is, in India we have CPC, the Civil Procedure Code, for the working of the civil code, and CRPC for the working of the criminal codes. So these proceedings of the law are also governed by such laws, for example CPC and CRPC. Thus, for example, to issue a summon to anyone to present before the court, it is a procedure to call a person by the court, which is given in CPC 1908. So there are many such provisions which govern the proceedings of such codes. So the next maxim here will be ex debito justitiae. That is, from a debt of justice, from that which is owing from one's right as of right, an account of justice, a claim as a matter of right. That is, for example, when a capital punishment given is a responsibility of the justice to relieve the aggrieved party, and in order to do justice, such order is given. That is, for the purpose of justice, court can take any measure. And if we explain further, the good deed delivers good result, but if someone injures, harms, or violates the right of others, is liable to all kinds of punishment or to compensate. That is, the court purpose is to provide justice, and for that thing court will do anything. For example, he'll punish, or he'll pass a judgment which would compensate the other party or the victim. So this is ex debito justice. So this is the purpose of the justice. Next maxim here is lex non cogit ad impossibilia. That is, law does not compel the impossibles. A thing which is not possible, such thing will not be pursued by the court of justice. That is, only possible things will be in the part of their judgment or their orders. That is, a party cannot be forced to compensate or face penalty for no fault of its own. This was an example that if the person of the contract becomes impossible, law cannot compel and the contract is discharged. For example, if there is a contract between two parties, A and B, and A dies, so the law cannot compel anyone on behalf of A if it is not specifically mentioned in the contract that you should fulfill the contract. When the person has died, the contract will also die, and no one can be forced to complete that contract. So this was the end of the video. I hope you guys have liked it. If you have any question, do ask, and also share the feedback with me, and do like and share this video. Thank you guys for watching.